Hi friends! Welcome to episode 70 of Annijuuti Knits. Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel Annijuuti Knits. My name is Annina and I'm a knitter and a knitwear designer based in Finland. And this is a channel where I share everything that I knit, everything that I design, and everything that has to do with it. In today's episode, I have two tiny little finished objects, but I have tons of works in progress that I want to show you. And yeah, maybe some future plans as well. Should we get into it? I have to apologize. I have a helmet here. I had an emergency need for yarn, and I just I was cycling to the supermarket, and I had still a little bit damp hair from my shower, and now it's flat and it has some kinks where I had my helmet straps. So more about that accidental or emergency yarn purchase later on, but let's get into my finished objects first. Like I said, I have two little finished objects, and the first one is a pair of magic heel socks for my son. Oh, they're blowing out. They're not exactly this red. If you've been here before, you have seen this yarn when I made the Twin Peaks socks for my husband. This is the leftovers, or I used the leftovers for these little socks. And I was actually test knitting these for Judy from the Autumn Acorn podcast. She's a designer and she is also a wonderful podcaster, and I have a yarn tail poking out. One moment. I was watching Judy's videos, and she was telling about these socks, and she would need some test knitters, and I said I would love to, because I have been meaning to do socks for my son. This is why we don't snip the ends before we block the projects. Actually, I didn't block these, but I did give them a light steam when I was doing some other stuff. Now I can't seem to catch the yarn. And now that I'm wearing contacts, I have these active lenses on my, so I don't have progressive glasses just yet, but I have the youth version of those. And when I'm wearing contacts, I can't really seem to focus anymore, like to the close distances. So what I was saying, these are the magic heel socks for the kids, fingering weight version. And the designer is Judy Jewel, and I did test knit these for her. The pattern is available, and it's linked in the description box below. And they were a fun project. You can't really see. There's this fun little ribbing for the heel, and this is how they look on. Oh, this way. I'm sitting this way now, so I need to point that way. So this is my son wearing them, and yeah, a quick sock project. You don't really need to do like a proper heel, and they fit just great. My son has been wanting, he doesn't really like wool socks, but he sometimes wants to wear them when he goes to bed if he has chilly feet. And this is for that purpose. His absolute favorite color is red, so if it comes in red, he will use it. So I didn't do any contrasting color cuffs or toes or anything. I just kept it simple and made them red. and I need to do another pair for my other son as well, but this is my finished object number 1. And then on to the next finished object. This comes with a little bit of a story. Here is the finished object that I have. They are a pair of mittens, just the very simple mittens with a little decorative cuff part. These are for my husband, and the story is here. My husband runs these ultra distances, and what an ultra is more than 50 k's at once, and we are actually leaving tomorrow to Kuusamo, and my husband has a race for 166 kilometers, so that's more than 100 miles, and it's a long distance, and there's no sleeping in between. He's going to be running or moving forward in a course of, I don't know, 1.5 days. I think his time frame is 32 hours. The limit is 36. You have to be finishing in 36 hours or you're disqualified. And Lapland still had snow 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, a week ago. There's still some snow, and because he's running through the night, he thinks he doesn't need warm mittens or anything, but I know for a fact that the first place he gets cold is his fingers. He always has cold fingers and cold feet, so I did make him some mittens. And there's these pit stops, or there are these places where you can eat and you can leave your stuff. So there's two places where he has like a bag of stuff, and I will make sure he puts these mittens into his drop bag, and he will have them for the night. I assume he will need them, and when you're tired, you get cold more easily. So this is my way of showing some support. I want to make sure he doesn't freeze to death. The temperatures are going anything between 20 degrees Celsius to like around 0, so the night will be cold and he's sweaty and he's tired, and he will have these mittens. As you can see, I held 2 strands together. This is made with 2 strands of Finnish wool. Do I have the, maybe I have the yarns here, maybe not. So this is a single ply Finship wool, and the other one was 2 ply Finship wool. This is a bit more rough. This is very soft and pillowy, and I don't really know if they match too well, but here they are. And they're not supposed to be pretty, they're just supposed to be warm, and they are extremely warm but airy. And yeah, I actually made a swatch. Here's my swatch. So who swatched for mittens? Not me. I didn't use a pattern, I just used some numbers from my head. And there are, I think, a million different mitten patterns, but I might write this up. Or what do you think? Leave me a comment if you think there's still room for the world's simplest mitten pattern. I know there's free resources and there are some amazing patterns, but I might as well. I don't know. I may do or I may not, but I have a lot of this Finship wool yarn at home, and I have already planned for a couple of more, so might as well write it up. This is a little detail that I have here, which makes it different from other simple mitten patterns, but this was my swatch. It ended up being the thumb gusset is a bit too short. It fits all right. It's not amazing, and I was using some leftovers from a shawl, and I don't even know if I have enough. I think, ouch, now I dropped everything. I used some leftovers from a shawl, and I think I will run out of this turquoise color. I have a similar turquoise, so if I have enough of this, I will just, you know, take a little bit from the other turquoise, which is darker, but who cares? They are mittens, they are for me, and nobody cares. If you have ever worked with like a single ply wool yarn, you know that it's very airy and it's so warm. It's so super warm, but it's also like it's breathable. It doesn't really get hot even though you wear it like in a warmer temperatures, but then again when it's very crisp and cold, it keeps you warm. So this is the swatch mitten. These were the actual FOs, and these are gonna go on a trip with us, and I'm just this way I'm making sure that my husband stays warm, and you know, he has a little bit of a hug from me while he is doing this crazy of a journey. And I am planning on releasing this video while we are there, and if he comes to the finish line in one piece, I might add a little video at the end. If he didn't manage to come, or if he doesn't finish, I won't be adding any material, but if he does, these will be or that video will be added at the end of this episode. So that's that, and that was a smooth transition to a whip as well. I don't see myself working on these anytime soon. There's really no need for mittens except for those ones, and that was just a swatch mitten, and yeah, that's that. And we have now moved on to some works in progress. What next? What should we talk about next? Maybe we can talk about the shawl that I was showing, or no. Let's talk about my Tankar tee. It's very short and sweet. We don't need to talk about it a lot. I actually forgot to mention what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a Peacock tee by Lene Holme Samsø, and it's linked in the description. I made mine in Drops Paris, which is a very heavy cotton yarn. I don't find myself wearing this a ton, but it's now the weather that you can so I made mine in 3/4 length sleeves, and I don't really find those kind of sleeves very handy, especially when this is very heavy. It's extremely thick wool. It's extremely thick cotton yarn, and I don't really even like to wear it. I just love the color of it, and I just love how it looks, but I don't really find myself wearing it a ton, except for these videos. All right, next work in progress is my Tankar tee. It hasn't grown a huge amount. I will show it this way. It's awkward. Looks like a bra. But I have now made the start for the front piece. Maybe I'll just pop it over my head. Easily said and done. So you can't really tell, but there's not enough fabric to pull it. Now I'm watching from the screen and I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, this is how it looks. So I have done all the shaping for the neckline, and now I'm just gonna do the garter for the front, and then stockinette, and then I'm joining under the arms. My modification was that I did a 2-stitch I-cord for the edge, because I think it's pretty, and it doesn't leave holes, or it doesn't flare out. So that was a modification that I did. I also subbed it in twisted or half twisted rib, because I'm using silk yarn. This is the BC Garn Soft Silk, and it's so lumpy and bumpy, and I wanted to make sure that the neckline or the ribbing on the neck is nice and even, so I used twisted rib instead. Now I can show you the whip that I almost showed you before. This is now the Suovilla scarf version. This is the original Suovilla shawl is there. We actually took some pictures with my my brother's girlfriend. She helped me take some pictures of the Suovilla shawl when I was wearing it. Maybe I'll pop a picture here. And I am making 2 versions because as I mentioned already last time, I think it's nice to have a variety, and not everyone wants huge shawls. And I wanted to make like a little scarf to go with the pattern. So it's the same pattern. It starts exactly the same. It just ends sooner. So this is my second sample. I'm not sure if the colors pick up exactly as they are. These are the fiber company Amble, and they are leftovers from a sock project that I did last Christmas. And or actually I did it already around Easter, but it came out on Christmas. And this is the, I don't know if you can tell, it's coming up a little bit darker than it actually is. It's a greeny petroleum blue, and this is the colorway Eden Valley, and then I'm combining it with white heather. And Amble is a heavy fingering weight yarn, so it is 325 meters per 100 grams. So it's a little bit more plump. It's a wool, alpaca and nylon blend. And the original sample is made with 2-ply Finnish wool, and that was approximately 270 meters. So it's a sport weight, but it's a thin sport weight, and you can do this pattern basically anything from a fingering to DK. So the gauge is pretty easy to get. Suovilla Shawl, it's currently or scarf, it's currently in testing. It will come out in July, early July, when there is this Jyväskylä Knit Festival. And mine is almost done. Not quite, but sure, soon. I have a progress keeper here. I counted them last night, and I need 6 more stripes. So it will give me approximately this much more fabric. So it'll be around 1 meter long, so, or 12 inches. Yeah, not 12 inches. 12 inches is way less. I think it was 12 inches. I don't know inches. Sorry. I'm so bad with inches. Anyway, it's going to be 1 meter long, whatever that is in inches. And I am just so enjoying this texture, and I will talk about a little bit about that later on, but look at just how beautiful it is. It's like these tiny little bubbles, and I just adore, adore, adore. So yeah, this is almost done, and I have taken a couple of projects that I will take with us when we go to our trip. We will leave tomorrow, as I said. Tomorrow is Thursday, and it is a 5.5 hour drive, so it'll take us, yeah, we will stop for lunch and such. So I will have plenty of time in the car, and then we are coming home on Sunday. So I have a few projects lined up which I am taking, or I haven't fully decided. I'm umming and ahhing if I'm taking my Tankar tea as well, but I have few projects here that I will like to have, or I would like to have with me. But the next project, this is something that I was working a little bit since we last spoke, and I just wanted to show you because now I have finished exactly 100 grams of the fingering weight yarn, and this is my Lento sweater by Jonna Helin, originally published in Lene magazine, and it's a hugely popular pattern, so a lot of people know this pattern. And I'm making my black sweater because I want to wear something for work, and our uniform is black, which I don't like, but hey ho, this is scrumptious. I am using Cascade Heritage in black, and then I'm using Ysolda silk mohair in black. And this is how far I got in, or with one ball of fingering weight yarn. I'm not making the recommended ease as I have in, or as is written in the pattern. I am, this is going to be like 5 centimeters of positive ease for me, and I think it fits great. I just tried it on. Maybe I'll put it here. I filmed a little clip for Instagram stories yesterday, so that's how it looks on me. The armholes are quite wide, so I will have to see what I do with that. I'm sure they will cinch in. I have already done one of these, but I think I did one size bigger than what I am doing now. This is a progress keeper that I put here last time, so this is how much I've done, like 10 centimeters or something. I was really rushing when you know you have, like, I just had this goal that I want to finish one ball and then I will add sleeves. So when I was close to finishing those, or finishing that ball, I was like I was like manically rushing so that I can finish that ball of yarn. But that is my Lento. There's nothing much to say about it. I'm enjoying it. I'm working on it whenever I need a mindless stockinette project. I am holding it in a basket that my mom has made, probably, or my friend, I'm not sure. Someone has crocheted this basket for me, and it's easier to pull from 2 balls because sometimes they just, you know, fly around, and that's not fun when your kids and everyone is stepping on your yarn. So I'm holding it in this basket, and I am working it from from this basket. But next up I will make some sleeves, because I want to finish up the sleeves before I have the whole body, you know, there jingling. I am contemplating on the sleeves. I think I will do like a straight sleeve with a cinched in cuff, just because this is black yarn and I don't feel like tracking my decreases. So I'm just gonna go where it's the easiest, and I'm just gonna do straight sleeves and then cinched in cuffs. And I actually really like that style. I have a few sweaters with those kind of not bell, but you know, cinched in sleeves. And that was my Lento sweater. Do you still have time? Can you still bear me? There are a couple of projects more, and maybe I'll just put these away first so I don't drop everything. What are you working on at the moment? It's fun to hear what people are doing while they're watching my videos, because you know, it's kind of like watching a friend, or especially when I'm watching my or when I am making my projects, I'm always watching someone's podcast, which is just the best way to spend your evening, in my opinion. So yeah, drop a comment below if you are working on something and if you want to tell me what you are working on. All right, the next couple of things. I have pulled out a project from hibernation. I think it has been a couple of episodes more than that. I think it may have been 5-6 episodes ago when I started this project, and da-da-da, it's not this purple. I have to say, the camera is lying. It is purple, but it's not this purple. It's more like a burgundy red. I have been on my summer vacation, or not vacation, but like on an annual leave. I have this whole week off, but my kids have been in the daycare because I have a couple of important work stuff, my design things that I need to get, you know, they have a deadline. And so I took these 3 days for myself to work on knitting related stuff. And when I did the grading for the deadline thing, I was in a mood for, you know, when you, I don't know, the grading with Excel, it takes up a lot of thinking. And when you are like in the thinking mode, I just wanted to utilize that, and I took out my Lotus Lake Pullover version. So basically this pattern has been already created, but I added some sleeves, and that and I also changed a little bit of the shoulder line for the larger sizes, because that was the feedback with my Tankar sweater, that it's okay in a t-shirt, but when you have a long sleeve version, the sleeves get too short if the, you know, the drop is too low. So I recreated the shoulder line, I created the sleeves, and I started working on my Lotus Lake Pullover. So I have not split for the front and back. I have attached the front, two front panels. I don't remember which state this was on when I last, oh, actually I do. I had already done it, so I haven't done much at all. I have done maybe 4 centimeters, 5 centimeters since we spoke, so I guess I was just joined the fronts when I last showed it. And I have added an I-cord neckline. the lighting is doing weird things. But the original Lotus Lake tee has a ribbing, and I wanted to do an I-cord for the pullover version. And I am using Novita Woolly Wood. This is a Tencel merino yarn that is just, I think it's one of my favorite yarns ever. This is a very affordable, especially here in Finland. This is the supermarket yarn. I just got some more today. We get to that later. But it's a very, what can I say? It knits up beautifully. It holds up extremely well. It does bleed. The darker colors bleed. I don't care. I wash them separately. But it holds up so well. I have done quite a few sweaters with this yarn already. And my husband has worn his Dustland sweater for 2 years. And he wears it a ton. And there's no pilling. It holds up so well. It stretches while it's wet, but if you are careful with the blocking and drying, it's just amazing yarn. So, hence, I bought this color from clearance last fall. This was a color that they were changing. I think they still actually have this, but I don't know why. I bought it, it was half off, I think, €4 and something per ball. And it's a DK weight yarn, 225 meters, and these are 100-gram balls. So very affordable, especially here. And this is going to be my Lotus Lake Pullover long sleeve version. So I have the Lotus Lake tee. I'll pop a picture here. And this is going to have long sleeves, but similar look. Or it's basically the same stitch gauge and all that. But that is definitely going with me to our trip, because I would like to join it in the round. Now it's just back and forth. I'm actually rowing out quite a bit, but I don't know. It doesn't look that bad. I did give it a little steam block just before I started filming, so it evened out quite a lot. But there's some rowing out. I didn't change my needle sizes this time. I should have probably, but I was lazy and I didn't. Usually I tend to go down with my pearls, because that's how I can avoid the rowing out too badly. So that is going with me. And then I have the Breaking Dawn shawl that I talked about last time. I hadn't started it, and I don't know if I can still say that I started, but I did start. It's a teeny tiny start. So this is the tiny start of my Breaking Dawn single colored version, and I'm using this peachy, very unlike me color, but I think it's great for summer. And I am planning on taking this to our trip and maybe to work on it a little bit. There is this Breaking Dawn shawl cal going on, so if you want to make your own Breaking Dawn shawl, there is a hashtag Breaking Dawn KAL, so Breaking Dawn cal, and it is running until the end of July, so there's plenty of time to make your own Breaking Dawn. It takes up 200 grams of yarn, fingering weight 3.5mm needles, or I'm actually using 4s because tight knitter. And yeah, Breaking Dawn shawl, that's my latest release. And I just wanted to thank everyone that has purchased my pattern, because I did publish that pattern 2 weeks ago, and it all went well, and I was so happy to see so many of you purchase it, and I hope you like it as much as I do, because I rarely make anything twice, and now I am making my second version of that shawl. I think I was speed talking a bit. Then I have a project that I don't know, I think I had to. You probably know which pattern this is. Can you tell? Do you know? Do you know? It's obviously the Musselburgh hat, Musselburgh hat, and it's by Ysolda Teague, and she had a sale not too long ago, and I wanted to grab this pattern because everyone hypes about it, and I can see why, because it's very enjoyable project. Last weekend, my kids wanted to go and watch the local football team game. My older son started playing football in a team, and now that he's in the same, what is it called? It's like the, what's the word? The team name is this, and wow, it's not a company. You're probably yelling at me over there. What is it called? Sports team? I don't know. Anyway, my husband is part of the team. He's the team leader, and so he gets this pass that he can go to all of the adult games. So my boys wanted to go, so we all went, and I made sure that I had finished all my increases before we went, and I took this to the game and I worked on it there, and I actually went to see my niece's ballet, and I was working this hat also there. So it's a perfect in the round stockinette. I love working with fingering weight yarn, and this yarn is Mominoki something. I don't have a label, I don't think. Mominoki. I did put the name and the yarn in my project page, so if you are interested, you can go. The project pages are linked down in the description. So this is my Musselburgh and Mominoki something. It's this beautiful brown. I've got this as a present from a friend. I think the colors are going to spiral a little bit, so it's going to be blotchy, but I don't care. I don't know. If it goes all tiger, I don't care. I will own it. So yeah, this has been my travel knitting project, but I don't think I will take this with me because I have a feeling that I will need this kind of a project during the summer, and just miles and miles of stockinette in the round. I can't do 9-inch circulars, and those are the, is it 12-inch, 40 centimeter? Could be, yes, no, maybe. 16-inch, probably. So they have like these 10 centimeter tips, and that I can work with. So I can see future Musselburghs in my life, but I will just keep that in my handbag or when we are going out and about, and I will have a project to work on and I don't have to look at it. So that's my plan. And because I so loved making that, I dug out another hat pattern project and surprise, surprise, it's also brown. I'm so predictable when it comes to colors. This has already this was also a gifted yarn. This is the Sondo Yarn Sunday Morning 4-ply, and I got this as a present from Selma from the Little Big Knits when we met in Barcelona. And I wanted to revisit my Rusko Beanie pattern. I have talked about this. This is the original Rusko Beanie, which was a hat for my son's first birthday. And I ended up making the Rusko Beanie pattern as a DK pattern. I held mohair and fingering weight merino, but I am actually planning to revisit the pattern. I will be adding a fingering weight version to the pattern, and I will publish that in the fall. So I will now make a second fingering weight version, because this was the original one. I don't remember the stitch counts or whatnot. I never wrote them down, I think. So I will now make an adult size Rusko fingering weight, and then I will write it up. It's a pattern with a ton of sizes from I think that the 1-year-old will be the smallest size, so like a baby, and then adult, and all that. So yeah, I have just started the ribbing, and I am now working on the ribbing. And I thought that now that it's in the round and it's just 1x1 rib, I can take this with me and work on this when we are traveling with my kids, and especially when my husband is running. I need to entertain the kids, so I suspect we are going to be outdoors and find some parks and all that stuff. So I will be keeping this in my purse, and I have stuff to work on at all times. So that's why I showed it. I haven't made a lot of progress since I last showed it, but I am taking this project with me. I am taking the Lotus Lake Pullover with me, and I'm also taking the Breaking Dawn shawl. So that is 3 projects, and someone would think that's plenty, but if you know me, you know me. I usually have socks, but I had my May socks, stripy socks, because I have the stripy socks cal going on Raitasukkaralli, and you can participate on that, just making some stripy socks and posting them on Instagram. So there's no need to finish or anything. Anyways, I had my stripy socks, but I forgot them to work, and I don't want to start another vanilla sock project, so I think that hat will be perfect for that. But my other idea was to take the Tankar tee, but I was thinking that if I want to make good progress with my Lotus Lake Pullover, which is already now created and everything, I just need to finish the sample. Excuse me. I just need to finish the sample and have it tech edited, and then it's good to be tested. So I think I'm gonna focus on making that. But now that I've been creating a lot in the last couple of days, I have been in an Excel mode. So I had a little accident last night, and I accidentally created another children's pattern. And you might ask, where is Lilla Bryggan, the cabled sweater that I was making? It's in a pause because I have a couple of projects that take up a lot of brain space, and that is in a situation where I need to create the neckline, and I just don't want to do that. But since I have done a couple of kids round yoke patterns, and I wasn't ready to leave the pattern, the stitch pattern for the Suovilla Shawl, so this one. I know it's similar that you can see in like Petit Knits patterns, or there are other patterns as well, but I have a vision, and that vision is that I want my son to have a sweater that he can wear on a daily basis come fall. And my younger son is wearing the knits that I make him, and I wanted to make one for him using this yarn. So after last night's accident, I created the pattern. I did plan out the yoke, and I am making a simple one colored yoke with some textured stripes on the yoke. It's going to be otherwise a simple stockinette sweater. I just have some fun in the yoke, and yeah, this is similar to the, what is the petit knit pattern called? It's not a holiday. It's a something festive, festive or holiday themed. But she doesn't own the stitch pattern, and I've been using it for the shawl. So I want my son to have a sweater with that little detail on the yoke. So I did buy some yarn. And this is, again, supermarket yarn. This is Novita Woolly Wood, which is fun that you can get it so, you know, widely everywhere. Actually, from Novita's own website, this goes for 8.50 euros per ball. When I buy this from the supermarket, it's 6.50 a ball. And I just checked that I have made a cardigan for my stepdaughter 2 years ago, and it was made in size 8-9 years, and she has like pretty long arms and all that, and I used 3 balls for that project. So I bought 3 balls for my son's sweater, and the only problem is that the color range is not, you know, amazing. Sometimes they have like amazing colors. They had such a beautiful brown, very it was like a lighter version of this, but I don't think my son would have appreciated that. They had like a dark brown, which was also very nice, but I don't think my son would have loved that. There was a navy blue, too dark, I think he doesn't. And then there was this green, tealy, turquoisey, again, not his color, light blue, not his color. And then there was like a coral pink and lilac, or like a, what's the lavender color. So I opted for light gray or medium gray, and I think it will be nice for his colors. And I think it's this, you know, I want this sweater to be like an everyday sweater, so very, very useful, and, you know, works with everything, and it doesn't have to be fancy at all. So we went with gray. You don't often see gray here, but this is what I went with. And 3 balls, less than 20 euros. I think it's a great price for a sweater, and I have a feeling, I know for a fact, that I will be casting on that sweater today, because it's like I have the urge and I don't want to force, and, you know, if I don't go with the flow, if I don't follow my joy, follow my inspiration, I know that I'm forcing myself to work on other things that I don't want to work on, and then it kills the project for me, and it also makes me scroll on my phone and not work on the project. So if I have this strong urge, I need to follow it, and I would like to know if you are the same. Are you one who forces yourself to work or finish before starting new things, or do you follow the joy? I know my friend Mega, she casts on everything, and I'm the same. So I have a sweater cast on coming up today. And that was, I think, all the projects that I had for today. The live chat also came intertwined with this episode, so I will be leaving you here. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I will be uploading this on the weekend, so you will be getting this video up on YouTube on the Saturday, I think. So happy weekend, and whenever you're watching this, have a wonderful day, and I hope you are enjoying whatever you are making. It was nice to talk to you again, and I will see you next time. Bye!